you are a hot commodity, okay? That means everybody wants you. Everybody wants your skill. Everybody's knocking down your door. What's up, friends? Welcome back to KimmyDTV, a place where nurses and aspiring nurses come to achieve academic, career, and life success. In this video, I'm going to be giving out some advice for new grad RNs, okay guys? So I'm filming in my car because I have very limited time, but I really want to be consistent on YouTube, and when I have ideas in my head, I just have to get them out, okay? So you guys are gonna get roughly edited, I'm not gonna lie, a roughly edited video, but I want to get it out to you guys because I think it's so imperative to understand and know, okay? So I'm gonna preface this video by saying that I was in LPN for about I don't remember, like 8 years, almost 8 or 9 years this October, and I became a RN in November of 2020. So I think by the end of January, that will make me what, 13 years. That'll make me 13 months as a registered nurse. I don't know, I wasn't really good at math. I had to go to tutoring, so yeah, that'll make me 13 months as a registered nurse. And for those of you guys who have been following my journey for a while now, if y'all go through my videos, you guys will see that it has not always been it wasn't an easy transition for me, period. If you guys saw my struggling with transitioning, I feel like there's so much that I wish I would have known that nobody told me about, or if somebody told me, I didn't know it in my spirit. Like, I didn't know it. Like, it's one thing to intellectually know something, and it's one thing to really know something, to be able to apply it. So this video is for all my new grads. Even if you're not a new grad RN, if you're a new grad LPN, this video is for you. But yes, I will be talking about my experience specifically as a new grad RN, because I feel like my experience is very unique because I was an LPN before. And just to give you my experience, so I didn't have this cookie cutter perfect transition. The transition was very rough, okay? So just to put this in the back of your head real quick, for those of you guys who don't know me and who don't know like the decisions I made to move. So as soon as I graduated from RN, usually as soon as I got my license, usually the same thing to do, I guess, would be to, you know, stay in your home state and save up some money and then move, right? But what I did was I said, you know what, I don't want to be in New York. I want to be in Texas. I didn't have that much money in the bank because all my money went to tuition and my other bills that I had, especially from the mistakes I've had. Watch my LPN to RN journey to find out what I'm talking about if you're really nosy and want to know. But I just moved on a whim because, well, not on a whim, I was always planning on it. When I was, the moment I was in New York, the moment I stepped foot in New York, I knew that I wanted to go back to Texas. So this was not on a whim. I was always secretly planning this for a year and a half, which was approximately the amount of time it took me to get my RN as an LPN. Okay, so keep all that in mind. And if you guys want to see my 6-month RN update, let me know. But my main thing is that my main advice for new grad RNs, which is something I wish I would have known and I wish I would have taken, is to really know your value, okay? And what I mean by that is, even as an LPN, because when I was an LPN, like I said in my other video, I felt like I was disrespected in many ways than one. Like, first of all, with certain, like, the first time I worked as an LPN, I had 40 patients in a nursing home in Staten Island. They put me on the worst floor. I never forgot, the 3rd floor. And they were like, here you go. I had to hold my bladder in for like, what, 12 hours. I was working 3 to 11. I went home at 4 a.m. For those of you guys who are new, who don't know my story, okay? I didn't just poof, poof. I didn't just arrive here. I had to work really hard. And so I went home at 4 a.m. and, you know, I didn't eat anything. I went through a lot in that nursing home. Like, so many times I would be like eating my food, and then mid spoon, someone's calling me like, this patient really needs their pain medication. They're not gonna let. So I went through a lot. It was really traumatic, to be honest with you. It was really, really traumatic. And, you know, working in the nursing home at that time, maybe things changed now, it was really stressful and there was no one to help me. I had a few people help me. Let me not say no one. I had a few people help me, but it's very few far and in between. And I learned the culture of nursing. And at that time, that was back in 2013, guys. I know, so long ago. You know, the nurse bullying culture was rampant because, you know, right now I think it's getting a lot better because of, you know, I think corporates is getting the hold of these YouTube videos and hearing different nurses, especially with nursing and social media, talking about nurse bullying and stuff like that. I feel like that is causing things to improve because best believe I've had employers even watch my videos and have seen like, hey, don't I know you from somewhere? So so yeah, people do watch these videos. Just so you know, if you're a YouTuber and you want to do YouTube, like, just be careful what you post out there. But anyways, so from all of that, I just want to let you know what I went through, and so you can have that in the back of your head, so you know why I'm saying what I'm saying, where I'm coming from, so you have that knowledge in the back of your head. And of course, you can watch my other videos if you want to dig deeper into what I went through. Go back to my old videos and my LPN videos, my RN videos, to see what I went through, to see why my mindset is the way it is today, right now. Okay, so, and everything I'm about to tell you in this video, just giving you a warning, take my advice at your own risk. You are responsible for the information that I'm giving you. Well, actually, I'm responsible for it, but I'm just saying you're responsible for the way you apply it, okay? The way you understand it. If I say something in this video and you're like, you know, I don't know if this is right for me, pray on it. If you don't pray, meditate on it, think about it, digest it, and if it works for you, okay. If it don't work for you, if you're like, what? Then that's totally fine, okay? Oh my gosh, my neighbors are looking at me like, who is she talking to? But anyways, we're gonna get into this video because I gotta go for my run. But anyways, the main thing I want to say for new grad RN, so I've been a RN for 13 months. The main thing that you would ask me, I guess, as a new grad RN is you would probably ask me what kind of nurse you are. And my answer to that question will be whatever I feel like being that day. And I know that's so funny, but yes, that's whatever I feel like being that day. Meaning my specialty within the, I guess, hospital field is psychiatric nursing. But if I want to pick up a pediatric home care nurse, I will pick it up. So I'm a pediatric home care nurse. If I want to pick up an insurance assessment thing where you go around to the patient's house and do their assessment for insurance, sometimes I do that too. I'm an insurance nurse. If I want to work in a nursing home, I still do work in a nursing home if I want to, once in a blue moon. Okay, so if I want to do that, I can do that. If I want to work as, you know, those nurses that help people who just got plastic surgery, like BBLs and stuff like that, I can do that too. I was offered that job recently. So I am whatever nurse I choose to be that day. Okay, I'm whatever new nurse I choose to be that day. And some people may be like, wait, what do you mean? And you know what? If tomorrow I want to be an ER nurse, I could be an ER nurse tomorrow. If tomorrow next day I want to be a telemetry nurse, I could be it. If the next day I want to be a maternity, I can be it. And the reason why I say this is my new grad nurses, don't let anyone, when I mean anyone, I mean professors, I mean employers, I mean fellow students, whatever, your parents, your sister, your brother, tell you what to do with your professional career. Well, with your life in general, but with your professional career. What do I mean by that? Is the moment that you graduate with your RN and you get your license, you are a hot commodity, okay? That means everybody wants you. Everybody wants your skill. Everybody's knocking down your door, especially right now, in this climate right now, everybody wants you. So know your worth. I never forgot when I was working in a nursing home as an RN, as a registered nurse, there's this other RN, she told me, even if you live in Texas, don't accept certain kind of pay, because remember, the nursing home makes about $10,000 a month or something just for having RN under their building, okay? So that gives you an idea. My LPN, stay with me, okay? I'm still getting to you. What I mean by that is once you know your worth, you know it to the bottom of your core, you know it to the bottom of your spirit, you can demand that. And that goes with anything in life. But as long as you think that you're lower and that oh, but everybody's saying that I'm a new grad RN, I don't have no experience, who cares? Who cares? Yes, some places do ask for experience, but guess what? If though seek and ye shall find, you can find different positions that don't require experience and are begging for you to come. What do I mean by that? A lot of people, when you come out of nursing school, a lot of people, they say, go to med-surg first. Go to med-surg first because, you know, then after you finish med-surg, like for a year or two, then you can navigate your way within the hospital system, and then you could go to maternity, then you could specialize. Who made up that rule? Number one, who made up that rule? That rule is no longer valid. Maybe back in the day, but for now, that rule is no longer valid. And you know how I know that? Guys, I met this LPN when I moved out here. She's making 6 figures. She's an LPN and she is an MDS nurse, okay? Yes, to get the MDS position, a lot of times you gotta know somebody, a lot of times you gotta be in the company for a while, and you gotta know Jack, who knows Jill, who knows John. But who says that can't be you? You see what I'm saying? So if your goal is to be an LPN, MDS nurse or whatever, or LPN, I even saw, guys, when I was in RN school, I even saw an LPN case manager job through an agency for New York, okay? So what I'm saying, catch my drift, catch what I'm saying is that, and they were willing to hire and train new grad LPN. So what I'm saying is, and this message is for me too, trust me, because sometimes we can have insecurities and we could just like let other people's voices or opinions like dictate our own. But no, guys, be careful what you listen to and watch to. Whatever you want, you can get it. You just have to be able to search for it, okay? And what I mean by you don't have to start in med-surg. If you don't want to start in med-surg, you don't have to. You have to have a vision in your mind of what you want your lifestyle to be. Notice I didn't say your career, I said your lifestyle. Meaning when you wake up in the morning, how do you want to work? What do you want your work schedule to look like? How do you want your breaks to look like, etc., etc., etc.? And let that guide you. Don't let other people tell you what to do. Let your vision for your life, for the amount of money you want to make, etc., etc., guide you, not other people. What do I mean? For example, my friend, we graduated together. She went to work in the ICU, okay? Now, I have never worked in the ICU. I don't want to work in the ICU. But I've heard the ICU is very hard. And why did she choose to work in the ICU? Oh yeah, and by the way, sometimes they float her to the ER, to med-surg, to telemetry or whatever. And sometimes it could be very hard. And she tells me about the stories of how, you know, it could be really hard on her physically, mentally, emotionally, everything. But you know what? She told me she had a dream of becoming a CRNA. Now, for those guys who don't know, CRNAs are nurses that make, I think that's the highest paying nurses. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. I think they make about $250K and up a year. And, you know, they make all that money and, you know, it could be a rewarding career. So if you want to go that route, correct me if I'm right again. Correct me if I'm wrong again. I think the requirement to go to CRNA schools, I guess that's your master's after your bachelor's, is you have to have at least 1 or 2 years experience of ICU experience. All right, so that's the path that she take. I know that I have absolutely no interest in working in the ICU for now. I don't know, I could maybe change my mind in the future, but I have zero, negatives 10 interest of working in the ICU. So I know that automatically CRNA school is out of the question, all right? Unless they would change their requirements, I would probably consider it, but there is no way I'm enduring working in the ICU. But that's me, you know. But we need ICU nurses. So if you want to be a CRNA, or if your dream is to work in the ICU, there are people who love to work in the ICU, okay? So I'm not crapping on ICU nurses or whatever. There are nurses who legitly love, even if they don't move forward to CRNA, they legitly love working in the ICU. Okay, so if that's you, cool. When you do travel nursing, you're probably paying off your mortgage in 1 month. So good that you have that experience. You are gaining skills that is highly marketable in today's society and highly lucrative, especially if you do traveling or you're just really wanted, okay? So yeah, so that's the path you want to make. Some people want to do entrepreneurship and they just want to open their own med spa as an RN. So they may go into med surg just to learn how to do the IV, or maybe they may not go into med surg, but they may take a special IV certification class just to know how to insert IVs so that they can open up their own med spa. Or they may do another route, they go to NP school and then they open up their med spa that way. We've seen a lot of YouTubers do that too. So that is another thing that people can do. You know, my point is, there's a lot of things that people do. Some RNs, when they were an LPN, they decide to stick to that same nursing home that they worked in as an LPN and move up the ladder to, you know, charge RN, and then what's that thing called? Charge RN, and then assistant director of nursing and director of nursing, and maybe something above that, whatever. Maybe that's how they want to move in. Maybe they want more management roles and administration and stuff like that. Maybe that's their role. So they, even after they graduate RN, they stay in a nursing home. But my problem is that some people, they say, oh, well, why are you staying in a nursing home? You should work in a hospital or whatever. It's like, no. If that person wants to do that, if that's their goal, why would they waste time somewhere else? Okay, so take that at your own risk. A lot of jobs, some jobs, they even hiring. My other friend, she got a director job as an RN in some public health place, and she was a new grad and they were willing to train her. So I know some of these jobs, especially if you really want it, they may be how can I say, a little bit subpar, meaning like it may not be in some prestigious hospital or whatever, but they're willing to give you a chance because they really need people. And even if you're a new grad, they're like, you know what, I don't care if she's a new grad, I'm gonna give her a chance. Sometimes you may find those hospitals, sometimes you may have to deal with this just to get that experience on your resume. Okay, so that's another thing, but take that as your own risk, because some people, you know, they're just willing to train you on the job. For example, when I was an LPN, I didn't know how to draw blood. All those inmates could draw blood. They could run circles around me. But in the clinic, I learned right then and there, guys. I learned right then and there. Even in the interview, I never forgot. He was like, well, you don't know how to draw blood. And then, thank God, the lady who was interviewing me, she was willing to take a chance on me. She's like, that's okay, I'll teach you. And guess what? I learned how to draw blood right then. And you know what's the funny thing? The lady who said she was going to teach me, she quit the job right before she even had a chance to. But thank God I had some MAs help me learn how to draw the blood. And I learned right there on the spot. Okay, guys, of course I had to like learn it, so I had to learn right there on the spot, and now I know how to draw blood. So I'm not saying to do unsafe things, guys, because I already studied how to draw blood, and I read and I practiced and stuff like that before doing it. But what I'm saying is that some things, guys, you learn as you go. And I'm not saying to be unsafe. I feel like as long as you know how to be safe, like some people I know have job opportunities, and maybe this video is for you. Maybe that you click this video for a reason. Maybe this is your sign. Many people have job opportunities, but they're too afraid. You know how many times I had friends call me, say, oh, I have this opportunity to do this, I have an opportunity to do that, but y'all so afraid. You guys are so afraid to take a chance, and other people who are way less qualified than you are taking that chance. You may have 12 years of experience as a med surg RN, but you're afraid to do traveling because you're afraid of going to a new facility all the time. Or maybe you have an opportunity to do a director of some public health place, but you're afraid to do it because you're a new grad RN and you have no experience. Maybe you have pediatric nursing and you're afraid to work with kids with vents because, I mean, that's reasonable, but you're afraid. And but what about all those people? Like, I feel like as long as you feel safe and as long as you have the training that you need and you're willing to learn and study, like even after you've passed, after you closed your books to finish study for the NCLEX, after you've finished everything, continue to study in the specialty that you want, you will move forward, okay? And that's where I am. That's why I am where I am now. I am a psychiatric nurse, and that's because I was willing to do it. God really gave me this job. I really stumbled upon this job because of God, and that's how I came into psychiatric nursing, mainly because of God and because I was willing to bet on myself. I was willing to take a chance on myself. And like you guys heard before, like, I'm really into maternity. So if that position comes up, that I have an opportunity to do maternity, I will do that too. Yes, it's scary because there's a bunch of things that can happen in maternity, such as you know, preeclampsia, placenta previa, all those things, and when the baby's coming out, and the risk of hemorrhage and stroke and all that stuff like that. I mean, that sounds scary, but I would do it because my passion is in it. Like, I would do it. If there is a nursing home job contract, for example, and I know it's paying like really good money and it could help me advance towards my personal goals in life, I will do it, okay? So don't let anybody tell you that. Like, some people, for example, they say, you know, psych nurses aren't real nurses because they don't have the real skills and you should do med surg first. Like, guys, just do what you want to do. Life is too short, and that's the main takeaway. Life is too short, guys. Do what you want to do, okay? Let this video be a sign. I don't know, I just have this push to do this video. Whoever needs to hear it will hear it. Those who have ears will hear. And like I said, I'm not promoting doing anything unsafe, but I'm saying that a lot of times you just got to feel the fear and do it anyway. You got to have confidence in yourself, and remember, whatever you don't know, you can know, okay? Don't just leave nursing school as the final stop to your education. If there's something you want to know, like for example, I had to learn how to draw blood. I had to go up and pull up my old textbooks. I had to go on YouTube and search. I had to go on read different articles on drawing blood and stuff like that because I didn't want to make a mistake. So you can do it, you know. You just have to not be lazy. Sometimes we're lazy. Like, hey, me too. I'm not like, you know, saying like you all lazy. I'm just saying I'm guilty of that too. Sometimes we could be lazy. Sometimes we could be just discouraged. Sometimes we could just have low self-esteem and that we don't believe in ourselves. And you could really miss out on opportunity because what? You know what I mean? So yeah, so that's my advice to you guys. To new grad RNs, and especially for my LPNs. Like, when I finally woke up, like I think 4 years later, there was something big that happened in my job, and I was like, oh my God. 4 years in, I was like, oh my goodness. The moment I realized, like, employers really don't, I'm not gonna say all employers, but some employers really don't care about their employees. And the moment I realized this is a business, and it's fine, I don't need you to care about me. Like, I care about me, God cares about me. Like, you can't make it personal. Like, oh, I'm gonna stay for this coworker, or I'm gonna stay for this employer because they gave me a chance. The moment you get out of that, the moment you can start winning in your life and career. The moment you realize that. So that's my advice. Like, you know, as an LPN, when I finally woke up, that's when I branched out. I did home care, I did clinic as an LPN, I did jail nursing, I did like a portable flu person. So I always did it. And did I come across blockade sometimes? Yeah. Some people ask me, oh, well, you don't have that experience, you don't this, you know that. There's LPNs working in the hospital right now. So that's just an advice to you guys. Like, take a chance, especially now in this climate. The time I'm making it is January 2022. So in this climate right now, I'm not going to say it because I don't want my videos to be flagged, but y'all know what's going on. There's a big major health thing going on in this world right now. So in this climate right now, people need people. People are desperate for people. So use this opportunity right now use this climate right now to get your foot in the door. But you are the only person standing in your own way, and I feel for you, because I remember when I first started. If you guys watch my old videos, I'm not lying. Watch my old videos when I poured my heart to you guys, how I felt stuck. You are never stuck somewhere. As a nurse, that's why you worked hard. That's why you studied hard. That's why you lost sleep. That's why you spent that tuition money. That's why nursing felt like the hardest major ever while everybody was breezing on by. That is why, because you are never stuck. You can always change. You can always try new things. You just have to find the way and not be lazy, and research and do whatever it takes to get there, and pray. Number one, pray. So yeah, guys. So that's my advice to you guys. It was just in my heart. I just wanted to tell you guys some advice to new grad RNs. And so if you guys want to know what's next in my career, in my life, just keep watching, guys. Just keep watching. You guys will surely know what's next for me, okay, guys? So thank you guys so much for watching. I'm gonna go for my jog, because it really helps me clear my mind. It helps me just woosah when I jog in nature versus in the gym. And you know, it's getting kind of chilly soon, so I gotta go. But thank you guys. I'll see you later. Bye.